Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to another review video where I talk about plenty of more new cards of the upcoming expansion. And without further ado, let's get right into it. And I want to kick off this video with two cards that I actually forgot to talk about in my yesterday's review video. Yes, these cards have been released yesterday, but yeah, I forgot to cover them in my video, so I'm gonna talk about them in this video. The first card is the Leeching Poison. It is a rogue spell with the effect give your weapon lifesteal for 2 mana. On first sight, I think this card looks kinda underwhelming, but we will see what kind of new cards Rogue will get. Blizzard has nerfed Blade Fury way in the past now, just to open up design space for future Rogue weapons. So I'm very curious if Rogue will get new mechanics to buff weapon like the hero power, or just get new weapons in general. And if you have powerful weapon as a rogue, you can utilize this card to regenerate health. This card might see play. For now, with the existing cards, I think yes, you have Assassin's Blade, but this into Assassin's Blade, I don't know if that is viable enough. But if Rogue gets more cards that support weapons, yeah, this is a really good card, because the only thing Rogue is really lacking is actually two things. It's board clears and life generation, and this covers life generation, but it requires you to have a strong weapon. So it's interesting to have lifesteal that applies to your weapon, because that's like how lifesteal is supposed to work. You attack with your weapon and then you gain life. So very cool card. Yeah, I can't say now if this will be viable. It definitely requires new better ways to buff your weapons. Right now we have Deadly Poison and Assassin's Blade, but I'm not quite sure if that is enough. And the second card that I forgot to cover yesterday is Professor Putricide. It is the Hunter Legendary. It is a 4 mana 5/4. After you play a secret, put a random Hunter secret into play. It has decent stats for 4 mana. I mean, I'm not sure anymore because of all the power creeping. Right now a 4 mana card probably needs to have 5/5 stats to be viable, but it has okay stats for an aggressive playstyle, and the effect is rather cool as well. It supports a more controlish hunter, because you want to get value out of this card. So you don't want to play this on curve, you want to play this more on turn 6 together with a secret. But right now hunter secrets are not really playable. It's very easy to play around them. The main reason is patches that is played in so many decks. Almost every aggressive class plays patches. You play patches in Druid and Shaman even. And even in Paladin nowadays. So Hunter Secrets are not that great, but this card also requires you to play Hunter Secrets in your deck. And yeah, this is kind of like a card for a controlish Hunter. The new Hunter class card, the hero class card that Hunter has gotten, is more like a controlish Hunter card as well. And we have seen where Control Hunter, yeah, the power level of Control Hunter in the past, it didn't really quite work out. We have gotten like a lot of cards for Control Hunter playstyles, but it was never really viable. And this is another attempt from Blizzard to finally make Control Hunter a thing. And yeah, I'm very skeptical before I actually see a new tier 1 or tier 2 Hunter control deck arising. And so yeah, it's interesting. Let's call this card interesting. The next card we have is another Hunter card. It is a 7 mana 6/7 Abomination Archer. I guess this is like a combination of an Abomination and Elven Archer or something like that. Anyways, it has the death rattle effect, summon a random friendly beast that died this game. So first of all, death rattle effects are super cool to have playable death rattle minions. So maybe ends of Control Hunter ? How good is this effect really? 7 mana 6/7 is really slow, like incredibly slow. Even high man feels like too slow in a lot of the cases at the moment at least. But yeah, regardless, summon a random friendly beast. The biggest problem about this effect is Hunter plays a lot of very cheap beast minions, especially the 1 mana Ally Cat, because it spawns 2 bodies and there are 2 1/1 bodies. So to make this card good, you have to have big beasts die. if a lot of small beasts die, like just look at this as a very big shredder that gives you a 1/1. That sounds horrible. So you really wanna, but Hunter doesn't have access to good control cards. You wanna control the board in the early game in a control Hunter with spells and maybe the hero power, but the Hunter doesn't have a good hero power for that, and it doesn't have good spells for that. To play like slower beast minions to get like good value out of a card like this. Right now this card would be absolutely unplayable, but maybe Blizzard will finally make Control Hunter work and give Hunter good tools to gain board control when you're from behind the game. Now all I can say, it's another big dude. This card seems like a war golem right now. Yeah, I can't see this card being playable before I see more cards. The next card we have is a Druid Legendary. It is a 9 mana 3/7, not the greatest stats, but the effect is super good. Definitely summon your taunt minions that died this game. So basically a poor man's Enzov, or Enzo's little brother or sister or little pet spider. Very cool. It is a beast, which is maybe interesting in a way. Definitely summon all your taunt minions that die this game. This is very cool because this kind of spawns a new archetype, or it can spawn a new archetype of taunt ramp druid? Question mark. And yeah, it's very cool. It might actually work together with Enzov, because with Enzov you spawn this guy, and if this guy dies, you get all your taunt minions back again. So that is absolutely incredible. And yeah, I think it's a very cool card, and if Druid gets maybe board clears or a good removal, then yeah, I will play this card regardless. And yeah, it's a good card, and I'm really looking forward to playing this. And next up we have Fate Spinner. It is another Druid card, 5 mana 5/3. Choose a Death Rattle secretly, which basically means the opponent doesn't know which one you chose. Deal either 3 damage to all minions, or give them +2/+2. So it is a very interesting new mechanic, because the opponent doesn't know. I assume that the opponent only sees Death Rattle when he sees this card. 5 mana 5/3 stats are pretty bad, but all you want to do basically is clear the opponent's board, and Druid is really lacking board clear. I'm not sure if I like this card too much. There's multiple uses for this card. You can play it, for example, in an aggressive Druid and always go for the +2/+2 on all your board, which is pretty incredible if you play this in a tempo way. And yeah, if you play this in like in a slower Druid deck, you can use this as a board clear. I think the secret of the which effect you choose is not that much of a secret. I think it's very obvious most of the time if the opponent will choose +2/+2. Basically, if he has a board, he will go for +2/+2, and if you have a board, he will choose the deal 3 damage to everything. So kind of interesting, because it's not an immediate board clear. So if you're very behind on board and you are threatening lethal by a Bloodlust or a Savage Roar, this card would be too slow. Except you go discard into Wrathing this card. It's actually very interesting that this card has 3 HP, so maybe there's like some combo potential there. Regardless, Druid has really bad board clear. This is another way for Druid to clear a board full of small minions. I like it, and it will definitely see play in some decks. I can't say for sure if this will be like auto-include in almost all Druid decks, but it will see play for sure. Next up we have Bear Shark, a card that absolutely everyone loves. When I looked at Reddit, there's so many positive comments about this card and so many new memes. Mainly because this card has a history in a comic that appeared in Comic-Con. Regardless of that, it's a cool card. It's a 3 mana 4/3 with an upside. Can be targeted by spells or hero powers. And it's a beast. That is a big deal. So first of all, it is basically the Fairy Dragon's bigger brother, or Abomination. And it's cool because this works in a Beast Dragon Zoo-ish Hunter deck, and they're all kinda immune. Another cool thing about this card is it's very hard to kill it, and then you can follow up with a Houndmaster. I think it's a very powerful card, and it will definitely see play. And Hunter was really lacking good free drops, and this is a really good free drop. I think this is one of the best cards, if not the best card they have announced so far. This might be core in every single Hunter deck, this card actually. Just because Huntmaster is so good, but you didn't really have reliable good plays before that. Yes, the Dirty Red is kind of okay, but not that good. And yeah, this is a good card. It's a very aggressive card which supports the aggressive playstyle of Hunter. And yeah, it's just a good card. And that's it for today. I covered another 6 cards of the upcoming expansion. I'm very excited. Today we had actually quite some decent cards to talk about. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another batch of brand new cards. It's very cool that they announce around 6 cards per day, so I have something to talk about. It's not too many. Like, if they would release 30 cards at the same time, it would be too much to put them in one video. So I think around 5 to 6 cards every day is a pretty good number also to make a video about it every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Thanks so much for the support, and see you guys tomorrow. Peace.